back at it again, and we've got to revisit this border issue because it's important to talk about, and it's important to talk about the lies that the Democrats have put out there, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today. Make sure you guys share this video. It's the arrow button down below. You can copy the link and send it anywhere you like. You can even send it via text message, email, post it on your Twitter, your Instagram, Facebook, whatever platform you like, Truth, anywhere, all right? Because the American people need to see this. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And let's dive in.
It seems harder and harder to ignore that the echoes of replacement theory and other racially motivated views are increasingly coming out into the open and given purported legitimacy by some MAGA Republicans and cable news pundits. The message is not always explicit, but we've all seen the pattern. Every time MAGA Republicans or pundits vilify wrongly immigrants and call them invaders, every time they falsely claim that millions of undocumented people cast ballots in our elections, every time loud bigoted voices bemoan the disintegration of an imagined classic America, the subtext is clear. These hard-right MAGA Republicans argue that people of color and minority communities are somehow posing a threat to the American way of life.
No, Chuck Schumer, it's not crazy to talk about what you guys are actually doing to this country. What is crazy, and this is the thing, it has nothing to do with race, right? Of course, people attribute it to race and say, oh, well, white people are afraid they're going to get replaced by people of color. No. Democrats are trying to replace us all. I don't care if you're black, white, blue, or purple, tall, short, fat, or skinny. Doesn't matter. Democrats are trying to replace us all if you don't support them. It's that simple. Skin color doesn't matter. What's also crazy is how Joe Biden and Democrats continue to lie and say that it's Trump's fault or Republicans' fault somehow, some kind of way, that the border is open. Crazy, right? Well, bad for them. I've got video proof. It's not Trump's fault. It's not Republicans' fault. It's theirs, and theirs only. It's Joe Biden and Democrats' fault.
The only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends.
Every executive order this president has issued relating to the border and relating to dealing with the Hispanic community is going to be pulled back. We're not going to be fooling with that.
I don't believe for a second we're the nation that builds walls and whips up hysteria over immigration.
No one will be deported in my administration.
First time ever we've told people they can't come to America. That ends. The cage is closed.
Should undocumented immigrants arrested by local police be turned over to immigration officials?
No.
Trump's cruel and humane border policies, remain in Mexico program. I mean, all of this is going to take time, not a long time, but it's going to take, you have to be prepared so we don't create another crisis. This is the first time ever you've had to seek asylum in a third country. It's outrageous. It's outrageous.
Most of the people that you deported didn't have a criminal record.
I think it was a big mistake. No one will be deported at all. We're not going to deport anybody who, in fact, has not in this country committed a felony. I would hold ICE agents accountable if, in fact, they stepped over my executive orders, which is you only arrest for the purpose of dealing with a felony that's committed, and I don't count drunk driving as a felony.
ICE is going to go back to school. We got to surge resources to the asylum protectors. There's so much we can do.
I'll reverse Trump's detrimental asylum policies. Raise our target for refugees. I would immediately, as president, surge to the border. I would end this notion for the first time in history that people seeking asylum have to be in squalor on the other side of the river. I would also surge to the border. Immigration judges to make decisions immediately. And no one would be put in jail while waiting for their hearing. And those who come seeking asylum, we should immediately have the capacity to absorb them, keep them safe until they can be heard.
A 15-second, if you could, if you wish to answer. Should someone who is here without documents, and that is his only offense, should that person be deported?
That person should not be the focus of deportation. This is the first president in the history of the United States of America that anybody seeking asylum has to do it in another country. That's never happened before in America. That's never happened before in America.
Only felons get deported and everyone else has to stay.
Yes. The idea that they are being sent home by this guy and they want to do that is they've gone to a country they've never seen before. We owe them. We owe them. We immediately surge to the border. All those people are seeking asylum. They deserve to be heard. That's who we are. We're a nation that says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come. Rolling back the policies of remain in Mexico, sitting on the edge of the Rio Grande in a muddy circumstance with not enough to eat. I make no apologies for that. I make no apologies for ending programs that did not exist before Trump became president. The only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends.
Well, you heard it right from his mouth. He did this, not Trump. Trump had the border closed and secure. He got rid of all the policies that had it closed or that kept it closed. So there you go. Right out of his own mouth. So there's no more debating. There's no more arguing. There's no more, oh, well, this is Trump's fault or this is Republicans' fault. No, your president just told you out of his own mouth. And you know the crazy part about all of this? Democrats actually used to believe in a closed border. Yeah. It only became a problem when Trump wanted to close it, which is also kind of interesting because Trump only became this horrible, terrible, no good, very bad guy once he ran for president and won. He was never that. He partied with a lot of these folks, hung out with a lot of these folks, know these folks' families, right? We've seen him in lots of pictures with all of them, including celebrities and other famous folks, okay? He only became an enemy once he ran for president and actually won. And now, whatever he advocates for, it's all of a sudden the worst thing since, I don't know, the devil, I guess, right? It's the most terrible thing ever. When these Democrats used to advocate for this, which also says that, why would anybody support these folks? Why would anybody support Democrats when they truly don't even care about their own stances? Check out Nancy Pelosi.
Broken borders. That's an oxymoron. Something we can't tolerate. Borders, by their nature, our definition as a nation and our protection as a country. Broken borders, they don't exist. We can't tolerate them. So let's say from the start that we all in this body, and I know I can speak very firmly for the Democrats, support strong border control, and it must be part and the first part of any comprehensive immigration reform.
What? Nancy? Supporting and Democrats supporting strong border control? And saying that it must be the first part? Well, huh?
It is our obligation as elected officials to keep the American people safe, and our borders are our first line of defense, one of our early lines of defense to do that. Democrats support also enforcing laws, current laws, against those who came here illegally and those who hire illegal immigrants. Yet the Bush administration has refused to do just this. Imagine that for all of this talk about illegal immigration to the United States and going after those workers who are working here illegally, and we should, But we also must have employer sanctions. Where are these people working? Why are we not enforcing the law against employers who hire illegal, undocumented people here? The Bush administration has prosecuted only 3 employer-sanctioned cases in the last fiscal year. Only 3 cases. When, yes, when are we going to take this issue seriously? Mr. Speaker, we all know what we must do. Democrats have long called for strong border security, effective law enforcement, and for comprehensive immigration reform. In all that we must do as elected officials, we have the responsibility to make the American people safer and to make America stronger. We can make America stronger not only at our borders, but in upholding our values and our principles.
Those weren't my words. Those were Nancy Pelosi's, the former Speaker of the House, Democrat Speaker of the House. So yeah, a closed border only became a bad idea once Trump said, hey, we need to close the border. Then it became all of a sudden this terrible, horrible, no good, very bad thing. And Trump was like this the worst person on earth. And he hated all immigrants and he hated Mexicans and blah, 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 blah. Well, Nancy has said the exact same thing. So is Chuck Schumer. I've got video of that too. I've shown you guys that clip in the past. Other Democrats have said the same thing. Barack Obama said the exact same thing. I'm just saying. I'm just here to give y'all a bit of the truth, because mainstream media, they aren't going to show you those types of videos. But right here on this channel with me, I'm going to always show y'all those types of clips. Make sure y'all share this, hit that like button, leave a comment below so we can spread this out to the masses as well. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.